Greetings, my name's Tim Johnson and this is Recovery, Strength, Hope and Courage. Today I want to talk about our uniqueness in withdrawal and recovery. And the reason for this really is that I was thinking the other day, why this time? What is different this time for me? What has made the difference? I mean, this is probably the longest I've been without opiates and alcohol that I can ever remember. And I'm marching forwards, I'm happy, I just feel strong and comfortable, and that I won't ever pick up drugs or alcohol again. You know, it's very, very different this time. And so I was thinking, what is the difference? You know, why in all the other times that I've tried this and tried to go into recovery and withdraw and go into recovery, have I failed and relapsed? What's different this time? And I saw a couple of videos over the weekend. One was from Kevin O'Hara from alcoholmastery.com, and the other one was from Waylon B. Husker, my friend Waylon. And they both sort of inspired me to talk about what I want to talk about today, really. And first of all, Kevin O'Hara was talking about us as human beings all being totally unique, which we are. I mean, no one has ever seen or experienced the things that we have as individuals. Our upbringings are totally unique, our memories are totally unique. Everything that builds us from the moment we're born, that we see, that we think, builds us into the unique human beings that we are. Therefore, our experiences in the case of opiates and alcohol, in withdrawal and recovery, are all unique. And Waylon was talking about his experiences, amongst a couple of other things, which is really interesting, but his experience in withdrawal, where he went and decided to go cold turkey, and that with nothing, no help, apart from the fact, which was so important, his family and his friends were around him to support him through that, with their love and and their support, like I say, and that is so important. And then I look back at what's different for me this time. And I know you're all in different situations. Talking about withdrawal first, we're all in different situations, aren't we? We're all unique. I mean, some of you out there have families and children and jobs. And you might look at me and say, well, you know, it's all right for you. You know, you went cold turkey. Because what I did, I actually made it as hard for myself as possible this time, if that makes sense, in as much as I locked myself away. Not the best thing that for everyone, I know, but I made sure I had food, water, nutrition and vitamins. That was it. And I locked myself away for both the withdrawals. And all right, but I had contacts over the phone with family and friends, but that was it. But in my mind, I wanted to make it as difficult for myself as possible. I wanted to remember it and remember the pain and remember what I went through, so I would never want to go through that situation again. I mean, in the past, addicts have a habit of sort of forgetting the withdrawals of the past, you know, but I didn't want to forget this one. I didn't ever want to go back, because I'd had an epiphany. Prior to that, after all the years of using and abuse. And I had the epiphany that I wanted to live, and I wanted to live a normal life with dignity, with my head held in the air. And I wanted to experience life, because I suddenly realised I'm 56 years old. Life is too short. You know, we're dead for eternity, aren't we? You know, and we're only here for a fleeting moment. I've got a beautiful, beautiful family. You know, I've got good friends. I live in a beautiful place. What am I doing to myself here? What am I doing? And I just didn't want to do it anymore. I'd had enough. So I put myself through that withdrawal. And believe me, the opiate one was an excruciating withdrawal. It was from tramadol this time. It was a drug. I mean, I've had withdrawals from heroin, from fentanyl, from morphine, from codeine and various other things, but nothing was as bad as tramadol. If you ever get prescribed tramadol, which is an opiate analgesic which is given for moderate to severe pain, I was prescribed it after my hip replacement operation, and then I discovered it was for sale over here in Spain, over the counter, quite cheaply, which is when I really started to abuse it. It was only later I discovered that it's not only is it a strong opiate analgesic and does all the things that normal opiates do, it also has antidepressant in it, and it also has SNRI inhibitors in it. And that's a double whammy on your brain, isn't it? So when you're withdrawing, not only are you withdrawing from opiates with all the pain and that goes with that, but you're also withdrawing from antidepressants. So your brain chemicals are all over the bloody place, So basically, what I'm saying to you, it comes in other forms: Zoloft, Ultram. I don't know what it is in America, whether it's just called Tramadol. But be wary of this drug. If anywhere near it, it is insidious and horrible, and avoid it at all costs. Anyway, I've sort of digressed a bit there. Anyway, I wanted to remember my withdrawal, and I went through a lot of pain. I made sure I was hydrated. I made sure I had stuff to watch, videos and stuff like that. I did all those things, but there was no. But I just didn't want to take anything that altered my brain. I just wanted everything rid of it all out of my body. And the same with the alcohol one, but I should have sought medical advice for that because that was a dangerous one. But I've already talked about that. I think, and also what you've got to be aware of in these withdrawals is this little voice in your head. It's not like having, people say, oh, it's like having the flu, a really bad flu. Well, with the flu, there's nothing to do about it, is there? So you lie back in bed, it's 100% worse than flu anyway, but with an illness like that, you lie back in bed, there's nothing to do about it. But in an addict's brain, he knows that in withdrawal, all he's got to do is take his opiate of choice or his drink of choice, his alcohol of choice, and everything, the tremors and the insidious and horrible withdrawal will stop immediately, more or less. And that's a hell of a temptation in your brain, isn't it? Stop the pain, and it's into your head all the time. And that's the thing that sends most addicts back to relapse, and to fail at their withdrawal. Stick it out; it's worth it. Now, what I wanted to say about our uniqueness is that, yeah, some of you have got families, and some of you have got kids, and some of you have got jobs. My kids are grown up. My family wasn't here. I was on my own. I'm retired, as you know. So you may think it's easy, but I knew I had money in my pocket. I could just walk down the road, and it's still the same mental and physical battle, But I understand that it's much harder when you're trying to hold down a job. I mean, I've done it. I've withdrawn countless times, about probably half a dozen times when, I've had a very physical job to go to in a hot kitchen and two young children to look after, and whatever. And it is absolute murder. But if you're really serious about this, if you need to get your family and your friends around you, if you're lucky enough to have them to support you, and go for it. Don't keep putting it off. This is the thing with us addicts, we could put it off, because 9 times out of 10 you'll decide to get clean when you're high. You'll have this thought, oh, I want it all out of my body, I want to get clean. But you're high at the time, and as soon as you come down from that high and you start to get a few withdrawal symptoms, start to get sick, back you go again, and you put, oh, well, it can wait till then, it's not a good time at the moment, I've got work, I've got this, I've got Christmas coming up, I've got the kids. Get and do it as soon as you can, as soon as you make your mind up to do it. It is worth it. It is so worth it. And in recovery, we're all different as well. I mean, what's different for me this time? I've got a different way. I mean, I have the utmost respect for Alcoholics Anonymous, the 12 steps, meetings. If that's your way of doing things, fair play to you. I respect anyone that gives up alcohol and drugs, because it is a monumental struggle, probably the hardest thing you'll ever do in your life. And whatever way you choose to do it, if it works for you, then brilliant, and it definitely has its place, AA, in that. I mean, I tried it 10 years ago in rehab. It didn't work for me. And I didn't understand why it didn't work for me at the time. I think I probably do now. But I have utmost respect for it, and each to their own. This is what I'm saying about our uniqueness in recovery. Um, I This time I was thinking about it when I was walking up the